The most fashionista shit I've ever heard come out of your
I work with heathens.
I love how you work at Home Depot and you're complaining about your watch not matching your outfit.
That went out live.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
That's great.
That's fantastic.
I didn't say what Home Depot.
I mean, I look
store
good.
number 403.
No,
Good Lord.
not it either. But
We never worked at stores R066 Apple.
yeah.
What?
You mean the fruit
even
stand?
even when I'm at work, I look good.
I'm sure.
I mean,
I didn't ask you to be on the podcast for your looks, though.
yeah,
Wow.
that's true.
Though the dwarf beard helps.
The dwarf. Well,
Wow, he
it's not
keeps
really a
talking.
Dwarf beard.
It hurts, Tony. Words hurt.
Hang on. They're fucking around. We'll get out there as soon as we're done.
I'm
You gotta wait.
Who's she
the
talking
dog.
to?
She said we're fucking around.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has to go to the bathroom. Now we have to wait.
Oh, shit.
We're halfway to
holding
music.
the dog up. Okay.
No, he just has to pee.
I think it's time for
Yeah.
music.
Halfway
What do
to
you
music.
think?
Halfway to music.
Halfway to music? I don't know the distance
what is
and
that
time. Is it 90
exactly?
seconds?
Halfway to what?
Should we
Is that
start counting?
the amount of time it took him to get to the moon?
10.
I mean,
9.
are we
8.
are we gonna break into?
7.
You're going to do that a lot.
So-
Hey, did you see that Artemis said, what was it? What's the...
It says major
three-
time to ground control. Sorry.
Rocky said the 3 words. It's like, what
Yeah.
was it?
Bump my fist
No, he
or
said...
fist my bump.
Bump my fist.
Fist my bump. I
No,
mean.
he said it's amaze, amaze, amaze.
Amaze.
NASA broadcasted that to Artemis 2 today. They said
That's
amaze,
awesome.
amaze, amaze. I was like, that's so cool.
That's
That is
super
so
awesome.
Did you hear
Yeah.
that random voice? That's crazy.
Who is that?
There's a headless voice speaking.
There is.
I mean, that's...
Dude, are you? I mean,
Oh,
did you forget
I wish
the
we
music
had-
button or?
Put a hat on the microphone or something.
A hat? Why?
Why?
I could have used my red hair wig. Dang it. Music.
Oh, 'cause
now.
of the
Music
head.
now. Uh-oh.
We're playing music. I love the music.
Should I break out my guitar? I'm going to do a version of our intro music on...
Can we do an EDM remix?
No, didgeridoo.
On didgeridoo. It'll make me have to pee. Oh, actually, that would be very cool. Put that in the background. I do want the EDM remix for season 10. Big dog. Yeah, this will yell at you if you touch those.
Yeah.
Touch what?
The
don't
symbol
care.
behind his head.
No, just you.
Oh, just me?
Just you.
I appreciate that, for sure. What up, ladies and
it's
gentlemen?
Hey.
It's a symbolic gesture.
Welcome to the
What's the
pod. Welcome to
symbolism?
the pod. This is Popcorn Tribunal. I am Tony. That is
Kevin.
And that is
And that.
what? What are we, the Mickey Mouse Club now?
Exactly.
And I'm Ron.
MLUSC. Hey there, hi there, ho there.
No Goofy voices.
What?
You know how I feel about Goofy. Do you not know how I
It
feel
turns
about
you on.
Goofy?
It still
Goofy?
turns you on, Tony.
Dude, I have an intense fear of Goofy. All my
Gorge.
life. Stop it.
talking,
dead serious.
talking dog.
My heart rate increases. Like my palms get sweaty.
Your mom's spaghetti.
Knees weak. Vomit on my sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
Yeah.
No, so I was 6 years old. We went to Walt Disney World in
Here it
Florida, and
comes.
Goofy jumped out from behind a trash can on Main Street and scared me so badly that to this day I have him on my keychain.
You sure
like
you weren't behind Walmart?
immersion
To
therapy
kinda
kind of
just
a
And Goofy
Yeah.
jumped out from behind the dumpster behind Walmart, and I was
No,
scared.
it was definitely on Main Street in Disney World.
So
behind the Wendy's.
So you've never been back then? To
No,
Disney?
I've been back multiple times.
Oh, okay.
I just avoided Goofy.
Aw.
You just look at it and be like,
There was one time we went on with my brother-in-law when I was married, and he convinced Goofy that I was his biggest fan. And it was Halloween,
Jesus.
so all of the characters were in like the white suits.
Yeah.
And he snuck up behind me and gave me a quick hug. And there's a picture of me curled up in like the fetal position in front of him because he's trying to hug me. And you can see the fear on my face.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
Goofy.
No, the guy. The
Oh, my brother-in-law?
Yeah,
He's the
former
porn
brother-in-law?
guy.
He's the what?
He's the porn guy.
Good Lord.
Dude, can we like?
No.
Never mind. Can't say that.
No, that's not a film we'll be reviewing.
No.
He's a producer
I'm not-
of adult films.
I'm not gonna review that. I was talking
Yeah.
about something else, anyways.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have a special guest.
Yes, we do.
And by special, I mean a very soothing voice.
Very soothing voice,
So-
the silky smooth voice
Do
of
you
one.
want to introduce?
With silky smooth voice and love of my life. Mrs. Kristen Matthews.
Y'all, happy to be here.
Hey.
I mean, you're not really here, but
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
true.
in spirit.
not yet. We'll get you in studio one of these days. So Kristen is joining us because she got to go see a couple movies with you that I was
Yep.
not able to. Well, one that I was not able to go to,
Right.
and then the other one that we discussed last week, Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
And so we
Fantastic.
thought we'd give Kristen an opportunity to explain to us what she sees. And no, I'm just kidding.
Let's just weigh in.
Discuss. She thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Discuss the two movies that you guys saw.
Sure.
And then we'll let Kristen take the dog outside, and we will continue. But feel free.
Well, the first movie obviously was Reminders of Him.
Right.
Colleen Hoover.
Right.
My Kristen being a fan of Colleen Hoover. Actually, we were talking about that. Was it yesterday, babe? That we were talking about. You got you've read what, 4 or 5 of her books,
Yep.
and she got 2 of her books that are actually on her bookshelf that sits behind her desk. But yeah, we got to go see that. Got to go see the screening. Funny story about that. It was the first time going to that.
Yeah. That theater.
Yeah. With all those people, because it wasn't like a press screening. So we were standing in line, and then we were told afterwards, because
that was my fault. I'm sorry.
Tell
I'm
us,
sorry.
That we just needed to talk to them.
But now you know.
Now we know.
For the record, I had to do that for a year and a half before we got on press list.
Yes,
so
nice.
You're
Nice.
welcome.
No, thank you very much. You laid the groundwork. So we went and saw that, and it was a pleasure to be able to take my wife to go see that. And so here's the question: Is Kristen, what was your take on that movie? How did you like it?
Listen, I think overall it was
Started it
the
with
movie was
listen.
the movie was fine. I think the acting, to be honest, was pretty mid. But I think what makes Colleen Hoover a success, and I think what's made her a literary success, and what is making her movies successful, is the message of the movie, of the book, of the story. And I think she's just starting to talk about things that affect women that are a little bit more risque to talk about. And I think that's really what has made her whole brand as successful as it is. I was truly surprised by Lauren Graham's acting, though. I adore her. I am the
was she
biggest Gilmore
bad?
Girls fan. She just started off really slow, and then she did warm up towards the end. But I was just very surprised, because I think the Lorelai Gilmore was just made for her, like that particular role. She was so good at it. And this was just, it felt a little off kilter until the end.
Well, Gilmore Girls is a very unique style of writing. Even what was her daughter's? Rory,
yeah.
Even Rory, like even her character was written kind of in that Dawson's Creek mentality, where they're really young but they sound much smarter and older than they are, kind of a situation.
It almost, I mean, to some people, I mean, I've talked to people about this. It's almost pretentious.
It can come across as that,
Yeah,
but Rory was like,
no,
I enjoyed Rory as a character. I think women that talk like that as children or as younger actors don't come across as pretentious as men that do that.
Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah.
My favorite character was Suki. So
Suki. So I have a question for you, Chris 10, since I haven't read any Colleen Hoover's books. What's the translation like from the page to the film to the screen?
So I actually never read this book. This was one of them that I had never read before going to see the movie. So, but I did read, what is it? This is
Ends with Us.
And Ends with Us. Yeah, that, I mean, fairly accurate interpretation. So poignant though. Like again, it's the messaging of the piece that just makes it such a success. And like the fact, especially in that movie, the fact that anyone is willing to talk so openly about subtle abuses in a relationship, and that it's not okay, and you can still like walk away from your partner, and like
we're talking about It Ends With Us.
Yeah.
What was the message of Reminders of Him?
It was, listen, it was there was
redemption.
a lot. So yeah, it was definitely redemption and female redemption, right? But also grief, and like what grief can cause you to do or not do.
Yeah.
And how it looks for different people from different sides of the same grief. Different sides of losing the same person.
Yeah.
But from different perspectives.
Yeah. But like so spoiler alert here, when she was in court before she ended up going to jail, she didn't say anything in her defense, like not a single word, because she was so involved in her grief. So her inability to even defend herself, because she really didn't do anything wrong, which we find out later in the movie, her inability to defend
I
herself
have zero
caused.
idea what she's talking about, but
So part of it was is that her literally fiance, right?
right.
They were coming back. They had went out for his birthday and went out to was it like the lake or whatever else, and they're coming back, and they had an accident. She was driving,
Oh, okay.
and she couldn't. She needed to get help, and she was trying to get help, and they were kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Did he die in that accident?
Well,
Mhm.
no,
Okay.
Yes.
no, right. He dies because of the accident.
Okay.
So he was still alive in the car. She didn't stay with the car because she wanted to try to help,
And then he died.
and so they charged her with
Reckless homicide.
reckless
or whatever.
homicide or something like that, and leaving a scene of an accident or whatever.
So the redemption side of things is not his; it's hers. He was
Yeah.
right. Fridged in the movie basically, and used as a storytelling point.
Sure. Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, and there is a little bit of redemption too, because like his best friend, she never met him before.
Oh no.
And
Is
her
it one of those movies?
well, yeah, sort
It
of.
is a little predictable.
It is a little predictable on that aspect, but he like left this small town, went to college, played in the NFL,
Okay.
came back, opened a bar or whatever else and stuff like that, and she didn't know who he was, he didn't know who she was, and they kind of fall in love.
Oh, did they run into each other before they find out who
Yeah.
they are? Oh.
So, and then there's a little bit of later redemption for him with the family because he's literally completely involved with his buddy, his best friend's family, and because they had a daughter together, so she was pregnant when the accident happened, went into jail,
Gotcha.
gave birth, and then the child was taken from her
Gotcha.
and given to the parents.
It sounds complicated.
And very
It
complicated.
sounds like a Colleen Hoover book.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Out of 5, Chris 10, what do you say?
3.6.
Oh shit. She went with the 0.1 plus.
Yeah.
Very
I'd
nice.
give it 3 and a hook.
3 and a hook.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a buddy who has a Plex server. I'll wait till he uploads it for sure.
Yeah.
Or it's on streaming. I pay for every streaming service. So
Right.
Sweet. Okay, so that is movie 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we've already had the conversation about Project Hail Mary, you and I.
Mm-hmm.
Chris 10. Let's talk about it. What'd you think?
I loved it.
That's what I
I
wanna hear.
thought, yeah, I thought it was so good. I thought the humor was so on brand. There was
It was
actually a
fucking
point.
perfect, wasn't
Awesome.
it? Yeah.
I wish I could remember exactly what point it was, but I was cackling in the movie theater.
She had to
Like
put
I
her
was trying
hands
to
over her
stifle
face.
my laugh because I didn't want to
That's
ruin it for
funny.
everybody else.
You had to stifle your
Um,
laugh.
Yeah.
I did that
it was
during
so
Motherless
good.
Brooklyn. That didn't play well.
Oh. But like one of the things like just some of the quotes and the quips that are in there. It's like,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing, amazing,
Yeah.
right? Amazing, 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 right? Which, like I said, they played for Artemis, the Artemis crew, but the other one is fist my bump.
Fist My Bump is very funny. Yeah.
Yeah. But like full disclosure, when you guys got tickets to go see it early, I got really jealous. And so I got the book online and I was like, I'm going to read the book before you even see the movie.
Oh,
I couldn't
shit.
finish it that quickly, but I
Oh.
did read the book in 3 days. So I was able to pretty well like look at both of them side by side. And I think they did a really good job. I definitely have some questions though.
I
It
haven't
ends a
finished
little
the
bit
book,
differently.
so, yeah.
And there are some places in the book that went a little bit more into detail. Obviously, we expect
Yeah.
that. But I think the silences that they used in the movie were
Yes.
epic.
Yes.
It made you feel
Think.
like it made you feel it.
Yeah.
I
Made
love
you
that you
stop and
notice the
be in that
silences in
moment.
movies.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
And we talked about that. It was just like it literally.
Well, it's space and it's quiet,
It's
so the
space and it's
silence
quiet,
works.
yeah, and there's just like it added an extra dynamic to
Yeah.
the movie,
Yeah, I agree.
which is fun.
It was almost the third character on the
Yeah.
spacecraft. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Or even like the silence before the explosion. That was really good. Yeah. Yeah.
When you're spinning out of control
Yeah.
because
yeah.
of the
No. The explosion of the before he launched. when they were talking and then they were just standing there and all of a sudden the
Oh
explosion
no,
happened in the
yeah,
background,
that
it was
right
just
there.
silent. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was yeah. When they used too much of the astrophage,
Yeah.
it was given too much.
Yep.
Yeah, that
I
was.
will say one thing that I wish that they didn't do, and I would change if I could. What's the female character's name? The one that's like organizing the whole research group.
I don't remember her
Yeah,
name.
sorry, I don't.
But you know
remember
who I'm
either, but
talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
So she's like very cold and calculated the whole time. And she explicitly says that she behaves like that so that she can do her job. And she recognizes how important her job is. And then Ryan Gosling goes out and talks to her and like kind of tries to like befriend her. And that's when she says that. And she's like, no, I'm like this because I'm trying to do my job. And somehow he convinces her to come in and then do karaoke. And I'm so mad that she broke character because it is so important. And she really did have an important job and she knew what she was doing. And then some nice conversation with some guy changed her mind and she went and sang a karaoke song. I was very upset by that, actually.
You know,
that-
I was
But
going to
that's
bring
probably-
that up.
The fun fact that was
Oh,
not
it's so
supposed to be in the movie.
That's what I was going to say, Chris. I was
Yeah,
going to
so
bring that up.
Chris-
And the character's Eva.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Eva.
Chris
Yeah.
just said that the character's name was Eva, and actually that wasn't supposed
Yeah.
to be in the movie.
So Ryan heard her singing in her dressing room, and she was singing that song, the Harry Styles song. And he's like, the karaoke scene existed, but she wasn't. She was
Part of
going to
it,
come in and
yeah.
just give like a talk,
Mhm.
and then send everyone to bed or whatnot. But he heard her singing, and he said that he wanted her to sing at the karaoke scene. And so he eventually convinced her to do it. But initially she was like, no. Is that what you're talking about, Chris? Did you see that
Yeah.
interview? Yeah. So yeah, that actually wasn't originally part of the script. It was because Ryan heard her singing in her dressing room.
Outstanding.
And went and asked her to do it.
Other fun facts
Yeah.
of the movie that we talked about too was the I think the fact that the silence is not using a green screen and everything like that, or
Yeah.
a blue screen, that's part of it too.
Yeah.
Just it was just a great movie. I want to see it again. You know,
You've seen it twice?
twice.
Yeah.
Chris has seen it 14 and a half times.
Yes. He's taken everybody that he knows with him to see it.
Hey, have you seen this movie? Come on,
Yeah,
let's go.
yeah.
Get in the car.
3 generations of Needlesses. have
Yeah.
seen the
Overall, I
movie.
think that's the one thing I would change. Of course, there's a lot of stuff in the book, especially when he has to turn back and go to Rocky and like when he realizes that that's the case. There's just a lot more explanation in the book. But if you put that in the movie, it would make it too long.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing that I was like, hard stop. I would change that. Otherwise, I think they did such a phenomenal job. And it was funny.
So the other thing that we watched on Sunday, Easter, instead of watching the 10 Commandments, I always do, even though I'm an atheist.
The
It's a
10
classic.
Commandments?
Oh, with Charlton Heston, come on, man, let my people go. You know. Anyways, we sat and we watched The Martian because she had never seen it before.
Whoa. She's never seen The Martian?
Told you, man, she's not like a movie person like I am.
Oh,
But it's in, Andy
a great
Weir
movie.
again, and
Yeah.
we watched it. And babe, what did you think about The Martian?
I mean, Project Hail Mary was better. The book was
Yeah.
better. I obviously didn't read The Martian. It was fine. It was good. It was interesting.
I'm gonna hang up.
Yeah.
Jesus. Fine.
You said
It's
you
just-
liked it.
That was a great movie. It wasn't a Project Hail Mary, but it was.
No, wasn't Project
Right.
Hail
It
Mary,
was a 4
but-
out of 5, easy.
Yeah,
if
4 out
not
of 5.
4.5.
Yeah.
If you were to talk to me about that movie when we were not talking about Project Hail Mary,
Fair.
I would probably have a little bit of a different perspective because they're
Fair.
just so far away. I felt though it was very like the 600 days by himself. That is such a long shot that it like couldn't have been possibly real, and I think that's kind of off-putting.
Okay, how did you feel about that movie where Tom Hanks was on an island for 3 years?
I
Castaway.
don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Castaway?
Jesus Christ.
Babe, you
Yeah,
haven't
I've
seen
never seen that.
Castaway?
Kevin, you have an assignment.
No,
my
I have a
friend.
list, dude.
I was going to say.
You have no idea, bro.
I want to
have a
review this list. And
I have it all up here.
you haven't
and whenever
seen
she's-
Castaway,
no.
Kristen?
No, this is an ongoing project.
This is an
Bro.
ongoing project. I have the rest of my life to do this with her,
Yeah,
which is fantastic.
and it needs to start.
Yeah, we've already started. Trust me.
Go through the AFI Top 100,
Yeah.
and then that's a good
And
place to
we've
start.
we've watched.
How
some
about
of-
Star Wars? Have you done the Star Wars
Oh yeah,
movies?
we've watched Star Wars.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen Star Wars.
Okay, what's your favorite?
Her
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
is Empire Strikes
No,
Back.
no. I'm asking her.
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Her favorite is
I don't-
Empire
I-
Strikes Back.
Kristen, what's your favorite?
I genuinely don't know. I could not tell you the
Empire
name
Strikes
of them
Back.
all.
See?
She's not catching
Chris,
on.
you heard that,
Yeah.
right? She said Empire Strikes Back.
I
Oh,
did.
Empire Strikes Back.
There you go. There you go.
Hey.
We'll edit the rest of that out for you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. I mean, she's seen all the Harry Potter flicks,
The standards.
standards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So then I was going to ask her to just give us a quick, like, if there was one movie from her childhood that she wanted to
Ooh.
remake, which is a conversation point we're going to have today.
Yes.
But it sounds like she didn't watch any movies when she was a child.
No,
Did
not
you
really.
live under
I mean,
a
just a lot of.
staircase and go to a magic
Yeah.
school?
Oh, I wish. And my letter never came.
Oh, sorry. Do you have a movie that you enjoyed as a child that you would love to see remade? No.
I don't think I've ever thought of a remake. I will tell you one of my favorite movies though is The Princess Diaries.
I mean, they remade that as The Devil Wears Prada, so we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it frightens me that Anne Hathaway is like this sex symbol now, especially after The Princess Diaries, because
Yeah, I mean it is, but Anne Hathaway is a very
Oh, she's
gorgeous woman.
gorgeous,
Yeah.
stunning.
Naturally.
I'm
beautiful.
stoked for The Devil Wears Prada too. by
Me
the
too.
way. Have you seen The Devil Wears Prada?
She?
Me,
Her-
yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
I mean,
Oh, I cannot wait for the second one. I'm very, very, and all of the trailers, Miranda Priestley acts the exact same.
Yeah.
I'm like,
If we get a screening
Let's-
for that, you better make her your +1.
well, yeah, most definitely. But one of my favorite things is talking about Devil Wears Prada, the Meryl Streep nod
Yeah.
in Project Hail Mary.
Yes.
yes,
Absolutely
Yes.
lost that. I
Yeah.
laughed when that happened. Wow,
Yeah.
that was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. I'm gonna let her take your dog out, and then
Our dog.
eh,
Eh.
eh,
It's our dog.
your dog. Sorry.
No. If it's anybody's, it's hers.
I just said that, and you corrected me.
Fight.
I thought you said you were looking right at me when you said your dog.
I
out.
said her.
Mom and dad are gonna
Okay,
fight.
Yeah.
Any McCoozle says.
I feel like are you gaslighting me? I feel like you're gaslighting me.
I know. I
Kevin.
think you're doing the other way.
Yeah.
around. I think
See,
you're
and there
gaslighting
you
me.
go. Okay.
Maybe you're gaslighting
Chris
us.
10
Chris is
Matthews.
gaslighting all of us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And we will let you go do your thing, and you can continue watching us on the YouTubes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for being here.
Will do. Bye.
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 All right, now we're gonna pause while Chris turns off that
Oh,
microphone.
you're good.
Oh, you were able to get it done that fast?
Yeah. Yep.
Like a ninja.
Like a
You're all set.
ninja. All
Like
right,
magical.
Shinobi.
I went to a
That was
magician
awesome.
school
Shinobi
too.
action.
you went to a what?
Magician school.
Oh shit! I went to clown school. All right, let's talk through some movie news, and then we'll move on to the topic of today's show.
The topic.
It's nice of Kristen to join us.
Show.
All right. So we're going to talk about some current movie news and then some active rumors. This is a fun one for me.
Yeah.
The prequel to the movie Weapons has been announced.
Really?
It's called Gladys. You remember Gladys from Weapons?
Yeah.
The creepy lady?
Yeah.
It is a prequel centered on her character.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. I quietly enjoyed that movie.
It's not a bad flick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those movies that it kind of M. Night Shyamalan's you at the end, you know? Yeah. Very
Here's your twist.
Do you know what April 22nd is?
My birthday
Is it really?
and Earth Day.
Do you know what else is happening on April 22nd?
Earth Day.
Fight Club is coming out in 4K in theaters, one night only.
Nice.
Yep. April 22nd. You can get your tickets through Fandango. I want to see that. I've only
Dude,
seen it
I
on the small screen.
I love Fandango when they do all the re-releases.
Yep.
Like, so when the first Dune came out, they did a re-release
Yep.
of the original Dune.
Yep.
Oh, went and saw my buddy Benji. What's up? We the Castle Square Mall. So awesome.
We're doing shout outs on the podcast.
Yeah, sorry. They actually had Ben Hur.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't
No
get a chance
shit.
to read, but they had Ben Hur.
That's awesome.
Because, Easter and all
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
Judah Ben Hur. Anyways.
When I think of chariot races, I think of fucking
Child
catching
Pestilence.
fire.
Yeah. Oh, catching
Okay, let's talk about some active rumors. So currently, there is Warner Brothers is starting a new universe, and
okay. Like DC type thing? Or?
not a superhero universe, but like a universe. If you want to think of like I don't want to say the Mummy verse or whatever they called that. It's like a James Bond trying to create a new character.
Okay.
And they have signed Jacob Elordi as the villain role for those movies. They haven't released
Nice.
anything else, but it has been confirmed that Elordi is signed for that, which is interesting. So I'm
Okay.
interested to hear
Yeah.
about that. I mean, did he win the Oscar? I don't remember. I don't think he won the Globe,
No,
but I
won the
don't think he
Globe.
won the
Yeah,
Oscar.
No.
So industry chatter says that he's met with the Warner Brothers for a charismatic, dangerous antagonist
Ooh.
in a big theatrical tentpole, no title attached. Okay. Sadie Sink has been linked more permanently to a young mutant role in the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe. The rumor mill keeps pointing to the red-haired telepathic character that they will not name. Marvel hasn't acknowledged anything, which is typical.
Yep.
I am a Sadie Sink fan. I think out of the cast of Stranger Things, I think she's got the potential for the longest career. So that's interesting. All right. Lucasfilm is creating a new theatrical project with a specific individual as a conflicted, force-sensitive protagonist. And the rumors are Austin Butler will be the lead in that movie or in
Okay,
that
so it's gonna be a
theatrical series.
it's gonna be a theatrical series.
Mhm.
We're talking like a series of movies, or
Yes,
okay,
series of movies, like rebooting a portion of the
rebooting it.
universe.
Okay, I
Yes,
gotcha.
that's
Nice.
the rumor. And then let's talk a little bit about multiple trade adjacent sources say that a studio has a preferred pick for a neo-noir femme fatale movie to come out in 2027, and the pick is Ana de Armas. So
Ana de
I'm
Armas.
conflicted about Ana de Armas. You know who she is?
No.
Knives Out.
Oh, okay.
Ballerina.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
I'm conflicted about her because in some movies I really like her, and then she did that shit movie with Ben Affleck. I hated her. So, like, whatever. And then so there is a big budget, cerebral, and effects heavy sci-fi epic film coming out with a philosophical twist. And the director was spotted meeting with Dev Patel. So the rumors are Dev Patel will be the lead in a sci-fi epic, a big budget sci-fi epic.
Okay.
Which I got to be honest with you, I am really liking the direction that Dev's career is going. But tying him to something like that takes him away from that James Bond role,
Well, yeah.
which I still think he would be great for.
I think it would be good. I will never get it, but like one of my things that I always wanted would have been awesome was Idris Elba as James Bond.
Yeah, he's too old,
I
and
know.
he's kind of eliminated himself from that
Yeah,
conversation.
he said he didn't want to do it,
which sucks.
Yeah,
I mean, 10 years ago would have been
Yeah.
awesome. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I still, I'd still love to see him. There was also a fake rumor in July. I don't know if you saw this, but during my research today, Jesse Buckley was allegedly being considered for the new
obviously
007.
fake, like you said.
Obviously fake. I know. But I after finding out about Hamnet, I watched Hamnet, and then I kind of
Yeah.
did a backtrack and found all the shit that she's been in. And it's like, she's fucking intense, dude. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah. Like, I haven't seen The Bride yet, but
I haven't seen that either.
I've heard it's terrible, which is why I'm waiting until it comes out on streaming. But like, I'm a fan, genuinely, and she can sing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right.
So anyways,
It's Irish, baby.
so those are the rumors and news that I've got today, which is awesome.
Cool.
So we kind of touched on it a little bit with Kristen.
Sure. Yes, we did. Yep.
So I put out the question to you. What movies do we want to see remade, and who do we want associated with them? And you said none. And then I said, come on, dude, it's a
If there- it's
podcast
like, yeah,
topic. We need to have an answer to
I
it.
said if they're shit, just let them be shit.
So you came back with one.
That's just one because
So I'm going to make you wait.
that's fine.
I'm going to go through a couple of mine. We'll come to yours, and then we'll do the last two of mine, because I've got
Just
4.
very bossy.
Oh, sorry. All right. So the first remake that I would love to see is Far and Away. Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Who do you got?
But I'd like to see the tone shift. So grittier, more grounded immigrant story.
Hmm.
Have some real stakes,
Less
less
whimsical,
romance. Yeah,
less romance,
correct.
less whimsical.
And this is
Okay.
my cast: Joseph Donnelly, Tom Cruise character;
Hmm.
Paul Mescal, uh, Nicole Kidman's character; Florence Pugh.
Ooh, okay. All right. All
Okay,
right.
and then Stephen Chase is the other antagonist.
Antagonist.
Nicholas Holt. Do you know who that is?
Let's hold.
The Menu, X-Men First Class. He played
Yes.
Beast.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
About a Boy.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
About a boy. Yeah.
And then Paul Mescal's character's father would be Brendan Gleeson.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my dream cast. And then my dream director would be Martin McDonagh, who also directed Brendan Gleeson in The Banshees of
Oh yeah.
Inisherin.
Great flick.
So that's kind of my first would be Far and Away. But again, I'd like it a little dirtier,
Yeah, I get you. 'Cause,
little
I mean,
less
it does.
Tom
I
Cruise, Nicole
love.
Kidman.
I love Far and Away.
Yeah.
It's a great flick.
Visually, it was
it's
fantastic.
visually it was
Yeah.
gorgeous.
You can't. I mean, the Irish countryside, you really can't go wrong with.
No, you
Yeah.
can't.
Unless
Gonna see
there's
that. Gonna see that soon.
clouds of mosquitoes. So
There's not clouds of mosquitoes in
Yeah.
Ireland.
now that wasn't really a childhood movie for me. I was
Yeah.
of age enough to know enough about that movie.
Mhm.
This next one was one of my favorite movies as a child.
Okay.
The Black Stallion.
Yes.
I'm surprised they haven't remade that. Turns out they made a direct to TV, not streaming, prior to streaming. But I never saw it. But I'd like it to kind of same feel, immersive survival story, strong emotional band, right? Less family film, but I'd like it more raw and cinematic.
Mhm.
And you'll understand why, right? If you think about the movie, did you ever see The Black Stallion?
Yeah.
Okay, the visuals, running on
Yeah,
the beach,
running on the beach,
all that fun
yes.
stuff, right? So for Alec Ramsey, the main character,
Mhm.
I really like Roman Griffin.
Roman Griffin.
Roman Griffin Davis, right? Jojo Rabbit,
Yeah.
kid from Jojo Rabbit, really like him. For Henry, Mahershala Ali, the horse trainer.
The horse
would be
trainer.
Mahershala.
Yeah. Okay.
And then his mother would be Amy Adams.
Amy Adams.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah,
So definitely more of a American.
Yeah.
Tinge to it.
yeah.
Sure.
And then the director. I just want you to guess on who I think would be a good director for that. Now, think about I want less family film, more raw and cinematic. Think about a current director.
Like how raw do you want to go?
When I say the director, you'll understand completely.
Um.
I'll give you a hint. It's a female.
Yeah. What you call it? Coppola?
That's way raw. You went way far. Chloe Zhao.
Chloe Zhao. Okay.
Yeah, visuals on her stuff is fantastic. I think it'd be perfect for that. So, yeah, for those who may not know, she did The Eternals, The Rider, Nomadland.
Yeah.
Nomadland was quietly one of my favorite movies of 2024. So that was really good, and it was beautifully filmed.
I think The Eternals was really good too. The
Man, I'm
visuals
so
was
mad
just-
that we don't get more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, It's just like they just like.
I don't
mean, it was
understand.
kind of a flop.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Unfortunately, but visually, that
I've
movie
watched
was
it probably
fantastic.
5 times,
Yeah,
and I
same.
love it every
Yeah.
time.
Same.
Yeah. Okay, your turn. So those are my first two. Now let's
Okay.
talk about yours. Now, there's one thing
So-
that I've learned about you. You're like a Turner Classics movie kind of guy.
I am. That's my. I love some TCM.
So talking about remakes, I mean that should be right up your alley.
Yes,
But you really don't want those remakes as a whole. But you did come up with
I
one.
did come up with one,
Okay.
and Casablanca,
Right.
and people are like, "Oh my god, Casablanca!"
Right.
All right, but hear me out. So this is I'm gonna take my glasses off so I can read this because I'm old. But like some of the presence of it, instead of being like Nazis and
Yeah.
in Casablanca itself, it's more of like a Freeport city, like in like somewhere maybe in Asia
Right.
or something like that. And there's in going from there's like some like modern issues. As
Bro, if
opposed
your
to-
lead character is Henry Golding, we're moving on.
but still in that aspect, like
Yeah.
they're you got to have transit letters and stuff like that. There's the whole it'd be called instead of Rick's Cafe, it's Rick's like Lounge
Yeah.
or something like that. So for Rick Blaine,
Yeah.
main character, I mean, there's a couple of choices. You could go with Ryan Gosling, hot right now.
Sure.
Cillian Murphy.
Okay. Yeah.
right? Um, as Ilsa, um, Florence Pugh,
Okay.
right?
I feel like we're both kind of on the same boat with her. Like
Yeah, yeah,
she can kind of
definitely.
fill
She can
roles
definitely.
across the platform there.
And they're kind of their characters, because so like the Rick Blaine is, like he's just stoic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. For Victor Laszlo, right?
Hmm.
Um, Riz Ahmed,
Oh, okay. Okay. Everything that man does, I
yeah,
love. There's
right.
a new movie out that he's in. I don't know what it's called,
Hmm.
but it's got another Middle Eastern English comedian in it, and I really want to see it. I
Okay.
don't know what it is, but I need to find it.
Captain Renault,
Okay.
right? You could go Vincent Cassell,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Or Javier Bardem.
But that's two very different.
Different,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's two very different takes on that specific character.
Well, it's
Javier would be
because
a little darker.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
So you
yeah.
get to that little darker
Yeah,
edge to it.
yeah.
Because if you
Vincent
do it like
Cassel's a
it's
little more
a,
mad
it's
mob kind
yeah,
of a
you kind of do it
scenario.
like a neo noir kind of
Yeah,
feel,
yeah.
to it.
Are
Whatever
we
else.
modernizing it or are we
Modernizing.
okay?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely. No,
Yeah.
no, we're not going Nazis. We're
Okay.
going like all tech,
Sure. Right.
kind of stuff
Oh, kind
where
of cyberpunky.
cyberpunky,
Like a Blade Runner
yeah,
2074.
but like kind of information is like part of the key of it, and like yeah, that kind of thing. Like everybody's trying
Okay.
to yeah. So and then Sam, Donald Glover,
Okay.
right? And
Okay.
because you're going that technical aspect and kind of modern tech stuff, and then
Sure.
again Donald Glover, The Martian. How well did he
Yeah.
play that?
Yeah. He was
Like
fucking
that. Oh, he's
fantastic in The
fantastic. I mean, he
Martian.
could
Yeah.
fucking do anything.
He
But
was
yeah,
in it for 3 minutes, but he was
exactly. He was
brilliant. Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
made a
yeah.
huge
Yeah.
impression. So that would be like that. I mean, so like the modern take on it would be
Yeah.
modern issues, not obviously Nazis and
Sure.
war,
Yeah.
but something a little bit like that.
Yeah. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
When you say that though, it makes me think that there have been many movies that have been made with a very similar
The similar
theme.
kind of theme, like
Yeah.
Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what's the one with Chris Hemsworth where he is the ethical hacker, gets hired by a software company?
Oh,
Yeah, I can't think of the name either,
what is
but
that one? Black Hat.
was it?
No,
It was Black
Black
Hat.
Hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But again, kind of another theme that's been played and played and played. Yeah,
Yeah, but I think if they concentrate on the relationships
yeah,
more
yeah,
between those main characters,
yeah.
like they would, and even use the same
As long as there's
names.
good character development. I
Right.
mean, if you have Bardem in it, you
Yeah.
have to have
Yeah.
character development because he's
Cillian
brilliant
Murphy.
at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Florence Pugh. Yeah.
yeah.
That's a
I prefer Killian over
yeah, Ryan Gosling.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan's a casting for like timeliness.
Timeliness. Yeah.
And he's kind of having
I
a
mean, he
resurgence.
was
I don't want to say he went away, but
right. I mean, I liked him in the second Blade Runner.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, he did really well.
yeah,
He played a very stoic person in that,
yeah,
which is fine. But still, Cillian
yeah.
Murphy, that guy could turn
That's
anything on.
director. Do you have a director tied?
No, I didn't know. I mean, like
I mean, do you want to have someone like
I mean,
a?
you could. I mean, you could literally just. I mean, who would you pick though? Like, kind of. I don't know. I like what's his face? I mean, if he was if he was still alive, David Lynch would have been a good director for it.
Yeah. Who's the guy that did Blade? Fincher? No.
Mm,
But fuck, Fincher would be
Fincher
good for
could.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't think I was just trying to
And
think of the
depending, I mean,
name.
depending on how dark you wanted to go,
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
could, you
If you're
could,
going gritty and cyberpunky,
yeah,
that would be great.
yeah, it would be great.
Yeah.
Shit, you could even get even more. I mean, you could even Tim Burton the fuck out
Maybe
of it if you wanted
maybe
to.
like the Daniels.
Oh,
Everything everywhere all
All
at
at
once.
once?
Like
Yeah.
that'd be a good tone.
Sure,
That's kind of cool. I'd love to see them with a good cyberpunk movie. That'd be
Yeah.
fantastic.
that would be nice.
Interesting. I like that. I
Mhm.
do. I do. Huh, okay. All right.
Like, and part of that was thought process was like it was like I said, Johnny Mnemonic came to my mind.
Yeah. Producer Chris, how's the coughing going?
I'm
Listen.
leaning back to avoid the microphone.
Okay, do you off the top of your head, I know I didn't ask you this, but do you have any movies that you enjoyed as a child that you'd love to see remade and
Oh,
you want me to come back to
yeah,
you?
yeah. Come
You
back to
were
me.
a part of this text chain, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I,
We'll come back to you. I'll do my last two.
I've been down the last few nights.
Okay, so there was a movie. It was a Disney movie, and I was obsessed with it as a child. And it was a movie. I'm gonna see if you know the movie before I say the title. It was a movie about a guy who developed a superhero, and it was kind of a Batman style superhero, but he wasn't rich. And he created this suit that he could fly. Not ringing a bell. The movie was set in Italy. He was not Italian. He was American, but he was visiting Italy. Uh,
Oh, why does this movie sound familiar? Develop a suit he could fly, and he was in Italy. This is a live action movie too.
it was, yeah. I can IMDb it and give you some
Oh,
actors if you want.
I mean, this has got to be from what, the 80s
I
or
think
70s?
the female lead in the movie was actually pretty. Nothing ringing a bell.
No, I mean,
It might be very niche, but it was one of my favorite movies as a child.
what? Who was in it?
Michael Crawford, The Phantom of the
Yeah,
Opera.
Phantom
Michael
of the Opera.
Crawford.
Yeah,
Let's see who else. Where's the rest of the cast? Oh, I hate the new IMDb. Okay, top cast.
that was weird. But
Barbara Carrera,
oh,
Oliver Reed,
Oliver
Airwolf was
Reed.
Airwolf. Oliver Reed was an Airwolf, wasn't he? Very Russian guy. Jason Pierre
I
Carlton,
mean, Oliver Reed was a Three Musketeer as well.
Vernon Dubchev, another Russian. Robert Arden.
Dude, I do not know this movie.
Yeah, so that's Oliver Reed. He was the
Yeah, I know
in
who Oliver Reed
Gladiator.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gladiator, but also Three
Mhm.
Musketeers.
The name of the movie is Condor Man. Maybe it wasn't a Disney movie.
I
was
don't know,
wrong.
but that is wow.
Yep.
I
Yep.
barely remember that movie.
So it was an
I don't even
action
know if I've ever
movie. It
seen
had
it.
romance tied to it. Had a little spy stuff, right?
Condor Man.
Condor Man, right?
Kristen just texted Condor Man.
Did she say it?
Yeah, she
Or did I list the cast and she Googled it?
I don't know, maybe.
If she knew that and she's not a movie girly pop, I swear. Gotta ask her about that.
I'm,
Oh,
I'm
she's
doing
listening.
it right now.
All right. So here's so the tone of the movie stays the same, self-aware action comedy. Absurdity with slick action and humor, that kind of a scenario, right? Here's my cast. And I want to find out if she's seen it before
I just texted.
yeah, well, she's also watching, I think. Unless she's taking the dog out, but she
She said Google.
Oh, Google. Okay.
I love
So the primary character's name is Woody Wilkins. I have Glenn Powell. Okay. If you think Michael Crawford, if you think action comedy, spy comedy, I feel like it kind of works.
Mhm.
My alternate is actually Ryan Gosling because I think he plays that dry comedy
He
really
does
well.
play the dry comedy.
And then what was that other movie? The Gray Man.
The
he was
Gray
in,
Man.
where he played
Yeah.
in the spy side of things. Natalia, who in this movie is like an Italian Russian kind of a. I have Ana de Armas.
Oh, Anna de Armas. Okay.
Okay.
Natalia.
Yes. Harry, the CIA handler. I have Bryan Cranston.
Nice.
Kind of a
So there's
Argo.
so the original movie's got a comedic
Oh,
value to it?
100%.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of in the vein of like Pink Panther and that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And then
Peter
for the
Sellers.
villain, who's played by Oliver Reed,
Yeah.
he actually has a diamond eye. I have Mads Mikkelsen. I think he's perfect for that. So
So you could go a little darker with this too.
yeah.
Nice.
But the director, I actually have Matthew Vaughn.
Oh.
Kick-Ass, Kingsman.
Kick-Ass,
Yeah. I think he'd be perfect for that. But that is one. There are two movies that I really want to happen.
I'm gonna have to go watch.
I
I'm gonna
would
have to watch
love
Condor Man
to see that
again.
be made. And I think that's perfect. All right. So growing up, I was obsessed with horses. Never had one, never rode one. It was not a thing that we did. We were poor. Missionary kid. We lived in people's basements my entire childhood. But there was two movies that I always would. We had the VHS. I would watch it, and we had to buy a new one because I wore it out. It was The Man from Snowy River and Return to Snowy River. It's an Australian movie, not something that was widely released in the United States, but quietly like a cult classic. So, I'll kind of let you do the research on the story, but for years, I've been like personally tweeting at like Taika Waititi and like all of the Hugh
Taika
Jackman,
Waititi,
right?
yeah.
Just saying this has got to be remade. I think it would be a fantastic movie, in the vein of cowboy stuff that
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
got going on
those
right now.
but yeah, because, the resurgence of, like, spaghetti
hmm
western type stuff,
So the story in Man from Snowy River is a young man returns home to his mountain home in Australia, and his father dies suddenly.
okay.
And in order to take care of his father's farm, where they raise these Bromby horses, which is like a wild horse that they tame, and they're mountain horses, so they can go everywhere and they help with mining and all that fun stuff. He goes down into the flatlands and works for um, an American businessman and falls in love with his daughter. And there's another cattlemen who kind of they fight right over that whole situation. But it's an ego thing. It's not about the girl. And so this is my cast. So Jim Craig is the primary character. I have two choices. I have Jacob Elordi,
Okay.
purely because he's Aussie,
All right.
Um,
Oi, oi,
but he's
oi.
also giant.
Yeah.
And putting him on the back of a horse is a little
Yeah,
iffy.
look,
Yeah.
it's like a 6'8" hockey player.
So I did a little research, did a little background into like movies and things and young actors, because I think it'd be a great kind of a opportunity for a younger actor that may not be known in America yet, as Jim Craig was. And I went with Felix Millard. Do you know who Felix Millard is?
No, I do not.
All right, so this is Felix Millard.
I do know who that is.
Okay. So Felix Millard is most known for Ginny and George, Turtles All the Way Down. He did All the Bright Places, Lock and Key on Netflix. So he's kind of broken through on Ginny and George. But I think he'd be a perfect choice, right? A little raw, a little dark. The guy who played Jim Craig in the original movie that was his first gig.
He was also on Lock and Key.
Yeah.
That show is good
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I like that show.
So Jessica Harrison is the daughter of the cattleman, and I have Thomasin McKenzie. So one of the things about Thomasin McKenzie, who also ironically was in Jojo Rabbit.
Oh.
Yeah. So I didn't even realize that till later. But one of the other reasons why I have Elordi as kind of a no-go, even though he's kind of an alternate, is because he's a little older than Thomasin. And so Felix and Thomasin kind of fit from an age standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
but they're both kind of stepped out of that childhood role age to where they can now handle adult age roles. So I like them. Mr. Harrison or Thomasin's father. I have two choices. For me, that's your typical Aussie actors, Russell Crowe or Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Right? Either one of those would work. And then, so there's a panhandler in the mountains who was best friends with Jim's father, and his name is Clancy. And he has a peg leg, and he walks around with a mule. And the mule, I can't remember her name. I think it's like Dottie or Dorothy or something. But she's ornery. And so he's kind of like the comedic portion. He was played by Kirk Douglas
Right.
in the original
movie, right.
I have Sam Neill playing him in this one.
Okay.
Right. And the only reason I have that is because Sam has kind of branched out. Not only is he putting out content on social media,
Which is
like
awesome. I
TikTok,
follow him on
which is
TikTok.
fantastic,
He's
right?
Great.
and he's very
He talks about
funny.
his farm.
But this is completely and totally kind of outside. But it also kind of reflects a little bit of the Jurassic Park character, which I thought was pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah.
So I picked Sam Neill. Sorry, Clancy was his father's best friend. He was not the peg leg crazy guy. The peg leg crazy guy is named Spur. Okay. No, I lied. Clancy was the peg leg. Okay. It's been so long since I've seen it. So, the rival Stockman, right? The guy who he is kind of fighting for that I'm a better cowboy than you are, because it's not about the woman. That's where I shift the tone of this movie, because I kind of like Jim Craig and Jessica in the original movie. The romance was awkward, and it's likely because the guy who played Jim wasn't an actor. He was a horseback rider, like a mountain man from Australia. I'm turning this into more of a movie, so I kind of want the Jim and Jessica story to be a thing. And instead of him just being a cowboy who's trying to ego fight him, I kind of want him to be in love with Jessica.
Okay.
But
Sure.
I have him an American cowboy. So he's an American that has come over to Australia and he wants to take over this guy's business.
Like Quigley Down Under.
Kind of.
Okay.
But I have Austin Butler. I picked Austin Butler for
Okay,
that.
yeah.
He can be himself with the accent and all that fun stuff. I think that'd be perfect. The problem is that in the first movie, it was all about ego. So it was just kind of a one note character, right? This one, I want a little depth to it, and I think Austin Butler is good for that. So, the cool thing is that in this version, there would be a different riding style. So an Australian cowboy versus an American cowboy, it's kind of a different thing. Showmanship versus survival, kind of a difference there. And then the intent is the Jessica story and not just to outride Jim.
But
so
outriding as
yeah,
well.
ultimately the point of the story is Jim wants to outrival Spur, and in order to do so, he has to tame this Bromby, this wild horse. So I kind of like the counterpoint of taming Jessica, the snappy daughter of a stockman who's been raised around cowboys her entire life. So she's not going to take any
she's not gonna
shit.
take a shit, right?
Right. And at the same time, taming this Bromby in order to do what needs to be done. I kind of like that. And then there's a short moment in the movie before he dies where Jim Craig's father is, an essential part of the story. I want Hugo Weaving for that role.
Ooh, I love Hugo Weaving. Dude.
It's short. It's kind of like the Donald Glover piece. It's an important part, but it kind of sets that entire story in motion, where he has to go down to the flats and compete for whatever, finding a wife and finding a job to pay the bills and make sure that he can sell the Brombies that they're taming in the mountains and stuff. Important pieces. The director would be Warwick Thornton. Now, a lot of people, I see the look on your face. So Warwick Thornton is an Aussie director.
Okay.
He's actually kind of broken through in a couple movies, but still not one of those names. I did some research after I looked up, and he's a cinematographer.
Ooh.
So visually,
That
in
would
the
be
mountains
stunning.
with the wild horses and all that stuff, I thought it'd be
Australian
perfect,
outback
right?
type thing, whatever
Yeah.
else. Probably set in the Northern Territory.
Yeah, but he's from Alice Springs, so it would work. He's got a new movie out right now called Wolfram. Just came out in 2025. Supposed to be really great. I haven't seen it. He directed Mystery Road. He directed The Beach, and another movie called The New Boy with Kate Blanchett. So he's kind of done, the country horses.
Yeah, sure.
I felt like it would really work.
Be in his wheelhouse.
Yeah. So he's the director, but here's the cool thing. The music of Man from Snowy River was amazing. Again, underappreciated. But the composer is still composing. This was like a 40-year-old movie
Yeah.
now. His name is Bruce Rowland.
44-year-old
Yeah.
movie.
He's still composing. So what I have is him collabing with Hans Zimmer to kind of update the existing score
Yeah,
for the movie.
budget on this is definitely...
This is the movie that I will always want remade with the right cast of today's actors and today's movie making, because it was just a little Australian film.
Yeah.
And then Return from Snowy River, because of the success of the original one, was Brian Dennehy was in it. Yeah. And they recast Jessica in the second one, which I wasn't a big fan of. But again, Jim and Jessica in the first one were just random Aussie actors that kind of like when Jean-Claude Van Damme, a ballet dancer, got forced into martial arts.
Yeah.
So those are my remakes. Those are the ones that I think meant something to me and I think could be redone properly. I hate remakes from the standpoint of like, ooh, let's remake Lilo and Stitch or, that kind of shit. Hate that. But like these, I think we could do substantially. And I think
Sure.
the Casablanca story is fantastic.
Yeah.
Translating it to
Like
kind of
modern-ish. Yeah.
Love that. So,
Yeah.
So Chris, anything come to mind?
I am having a very hard time.
I
I looked through a ton of films and I really can't think of one.
sleeping.
Really cannot
Sudafed's
think.
kicking in.
I saw the drool
No, I
coming
need
out
more
of his mouth.
Sudafed right now.
Yeah.
It's wearing off.
It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to contribute. I just thought I'd ask because I know you
No,
do
you're
like
good.
the film.
That's what's so difficult.
Yeah.
Is there's so many great 80s films for me. Those are my childhood films. But I really can't think of anyone that I would like to have
Yeah.
touched in any way.
So they're talking about remaking The Breakfast Club. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh,
No.
no.
Yeah.
It's a slap in the dick.
Two movies that are from the 80s that are fun and whatever else.
St.
they'd be
Elmo's
kind of-
Fire and The Breakfast Club.
No. Gotcha.
Okay.
That'd be kind of cool.
No idea what you're talking about.
Gotcha.
Nope.
Oh my god, it was college kids. Like they're literally original like paintball guns,
Okay.
and they look like tranquilizers, and they would shoot each other on campus. Was the game. See if they could kill each other. Yeah, and this kid winds
Is it
up.
a horror movie?
No,
Oh.
this kid winds up going to Europe, and then he gets involved with a spy, a CIA spy, and stuff like that. And it's
Because he
got,
was so good at the game of Gotcha?
What is it? Yeah. So what's his face? One of the doctors that I think was on ER.
George Clooney?
Not George Clooney. Hold on a second, I'm gonna pull it up.
Anthony Edwards?
Anthony Edwards. He's actually in it.
That's nuts.
Anthony Edwards and Linda Fiorentino.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So then there's a lot of other people in this movie. You're like, yeah, who the hell was that? You don't know, but still, but it's great because, like literally, like he meets this chick
Mhm.
who's Fiorentino's character.
Is
who's-
she in the...
She's in it, and she's a CIA
Yeah.
member, right? Or a spy, or whatever else. And then he goes like to East Germany and whatever else. As the synopsis says, 18-year-old college student travels to Paris with a friend on a vacation. There he meets Sasha.
Sounds like The Night Agent.
Yeah, a young Eastern European woman who seduces him into following her into East Germany.
Oh, shit.
And he slowly discovers the truth about her occupation.
Was he already bald at that point?
When like after he meets her in Paris, but
Oh.
yeah, but yeah. So that's a good flick that could be made, you know.
It's an
now.
interesting concept.
Yeah. And then what was another one that would be fun for like a kids movie? Remember Cloak and Dagger?
Yes.
That's another
Yeah.
kind of fun.
What about a live action Labyrinth?
You okay?
So no puppets.
Nah.
Or Black Cauldron?
Black Cauldron, sure.
Munchies and crunchies all over the place.
Not Labyrinth, man, because
Yeah, because Bowie.
Bowie. Yeah,
Yeah.
all hail Bowie. You know what I'm saying?
Daphne Zuniga. Who's still alive and acting.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. The callback. There's
I
a
like
lot
it.
of them. There's a lot
Yeah.
of them that could be done today
Sure.
and be a better movie. I thought like Poltergeist. Like if you gave
Poltergeist
that
could've
to
been-
A24
Yeah.
and let them do it, great. If you gave it to Blumhouse, I don't fucking want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, Blumhouse has put out some good movies.
Yeah, but it's just not that's not them.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
It
literally
feels
make
like an
a
A24
modern,
movie.
You can make a modern Poltergeist and make it like 1,000 times scarier, even though the original Poltergeist,
Yeah.
when I saw it as a kid, freaked me the
Yeah.
fuck
Oh,
out.
same. Do you remember the movie The Gate?
Yeah.
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 So I quietly fucking love
Steven
The Gate.
Dorff
Yes.
was in that. Dude.
Yes.
Love The Gate. The little
Yes.
fucking demons
Yes.
came
Yes.
crawling out of the ground and
Yes.
shit, dude.
That movie scared the shit out of
Fucking
me as a kid.
nuts.
Yes. Yes.
You're gonna open a gateway to hell. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
The
No.
fuck,
Yeah.
dude, that movie. And it was like bad.
Didn't that happen? No,
claymation.
Poltergeist had the little tiny lady from
Oh.
Jane in it. That's right.
I have exercised demons.
That's the demon.
This house is
He's
clear.
clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was. I would love to see that, but I would like I said, it would need to be like A24.
Yeah.
You know what would be a great
Here.
Key and Peele.
They moved the headstones.
Jordan
They didn't move the graves.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Jordan Peele redo Poltergeist.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. No, you don't think
That'd
so,
be
Chris?
interesting.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, but he does that kind of horror really fucking well.
He likes it.
Frighteningly well.
Frighteningly well.
For someone who's so fucking funny, frighteningly well.
I mean, he came up with, one of the skits Key and Peele did was the football players.
Yeah.
The made up
Yeah,
names.
yeah, yeah.
He made up all the names.
Did he? I believe
himself.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Right. If you talk, Key was on a show. I think he was on Eisen's,
Yeah,
Rich Eisen's show.
yeah.
And
I
he's
saw
just
a
like,
portion of that.
yeah, he's just like, yeah. He went back like an hour later. He came back and he had all these fucking
That's
names.
crazy, dude. That's hilarious.
It's like, what, dude?
Austin McCuckenshaw or something like that. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. And then Dan White from
Dan White.
Bingham Young.
Yeah, from
Bingham Young.
BYU.
BYU. That's fucking funny.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, dude, I miss Key and Peele as a team.
Yeah.
But like,
One of my favorite skits is the racist zombies.
what?
Jeez, you didn't see that one?
No.
So they come out and they're like in like a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah,
And they're walking by and they're like, oh my God, all these zombies. And like, there's like a zombie sitting in his car, like with his wife, and the window's down. And he walks up to him, he's like, hey. And all of a sudden zombie looks at him, he's like, oh, and like rolls his window up. And they're like, what the fuck? Are you serious?
even the
He goes,
zombies.
you see this racist ass shit? He's like, yeah. He's like, man. And they're
That's
just
funny.
walking around not getting attacked by anybody. And
That's
they're like,
funny.
this is some bullshit, right? And all of a sudden, a black guy that lives in this neighborhood comes walking out. I was like, hey, y'all, what's going on? He's just like, you see him? He's like, oh, man, it's great, man. Come back here. Nobody bothers us. He goes in the backyard and they're just having a huge
Yeah,
cookout
That's
in the
funny.
backyard. And he's like,
Because the zombie apocalypse
yeah.
is happening
It's like, what
around
the
them.
fuck?
That's funny.
Oh,
And
dude,
it reminds me,
made
like the
I
Chappelle
was
Show. My favorite
crying.
ones were the blind guy, the blind KKK member.
Oh my God, dude. When y'all want to see my face?
Yeah.
Y'all want to see? He takes it off and they go, oh, and the one dude's head
yep,
explodes.
Yep. So
And he said he divorced his wife because she's a racist
Yeah.
or because she married a black
yeah,
guy.
because she married a black guy.
It's like,
Yeah.
what?
That's the nice way of putting that line.
Yeah, well,
Yes. Yeah.
I do not have permission and never want permission to say
There you
Uh-huh.
the
go.
real part of that line.
Oh,
very much.
so
Right in
many,
Bigsby.
so many movies from
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm 50, so my childhood was a little farther back, but yeah, I don't know, man. Condor Man, Man from Snowy River, find those and watch them, and I want to hear what you think of the
Yeah,
originals.
I remember seeing The Man from Snowy River like a long time ago with
Yeah.
my uncle Mark.
Yeah,
Loved westerns. So did my grandpa.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
because we watched my uncle Mark. He passed, but he loved John Wayne. Loved the Duke, and we watched all the.
I've
John
peed
Wayne
in the
flicks,
same
dude.
bathroom that John Wayne peed in.
Oh, that's cool.
The city that I lived in Arizona, the main drag was named John Wayne Parkway because
Mm.
it's where he retired.
I got you.
And that's where he died. But there's a bar that he used to go through all the time, and the bathroom remains the same. And
Huh.
so we've peed in the same place.
Still smells.
It does. It's a shitty hole in the wall.
Just stand in John Wayne's splash zone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right? I'm
exactly.
glad they
Nice.
standed John
I did not wear sandals that day.
Wayne. Sweet. Well, remakes that we want or maybe don't. I mean, that's the conversation. I think some good options out there. Maybe someone with some pull will hear about it and
See, those guys have a good idea
yeah. And I did tweet.
or ideas.
I did tweet about the Man from Snow River one through our
I
Popcorn
think you should-
Tribunal
I
account.
think you should tweet out my idea too.
Yeah, I think I should give you access to the Twitch account or to the tweet to the x.com account and let you tweet it, or you just text it to me and I'll post it.
I'll text it to you. Like, what the fuck? was
Wow.
that?
What the fuck was I trying to say there?
I don't know, man.
This was an awesome show,
Yeah,
Kristen.
great show.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank you. My
Hope
love.
the dog
Oh.
made it, and
Is it
He's
closing
fine.
music time?
it's getting there, Chris.
It's closing music time, I would say.
Yeah,
Since I
it's
been up
9.
since-
What is it? 9:15.
it's a little after
A
9.
little after 9.
But
Tonight
the
is
week
not a
since
taco
4:30.
night,
no, it is not.
but
You can go get tacos if you want, but I'm not going.
I
I'm
wouldn't
not
be able
going.
to taste them.
Yeah,
damn right.
you can just rub them on your face.
Don't forget, guys, hit up coffeeguyscoffee.com. That is producer Chris's company.
Whoop, whoop.
Excellent coffee. I actually wanted a glass tonight, but instead I got some water. Pop in the Pepper.
You
Check
gotta
out
ask for it.
popinthepepper.com. Excellent hot pepper, hot sauce. Hot pepper. What the fuck am I talking about?
Tony,
Um,
I can't love you unless you ask for the love. So if you want coffee, you have to ask.
Hey, you gotta ask.
I was
Gotta
wondering
ask.
where the fuck he was going
You
with
gotta
that.
ask.
But anyways, Pop in the Pepper, popinthepepper.com. Use code popcorn for a discount on your hot sauce. I
Nice.
believe it's 20%. And then keep an eye out for at popcorntribunal.com/Sonos. They just launched a new product called the Sonos Party. It's top tier audio. We will hopefully have one right
Oh,
here very
there.
soon.
And new headphones.
So we're excited to expand our partnership with Sonos.
Most definitely.
Hopefully we can get there with Lego. So popcorntribunal.com/Sonos to support the podcast through Sonos.
Lego. We can get Lego.
And then popcorntribunal.com/Lego
stuff
to
here,
support
too.
the podcast through Lego.
Hey, give us
Remember,
some-
we're an indie podcast.
Yeah.
Our producer does great work, absolutely free, and we love him for it.
Yes, we
Some
do.
might say superb.
Some would say superb.
Probably
Some.
just me though.
Yeah.
Also, we jumped 100,000 places in our placement in the podcast world
That's
over the last
huge.
2 weeks.
We won't say which direction. Though.
That's math. No,
Up.
we've jumped.
Only
hence
up.
the
Oh, okay.
term.
You can only go up.
I didn't say fell. So keep listening, keep up the man.
Please. Yes.
Follow us on YouTube's. But we love you guys.
YouTubes.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, hey, and remember, hold your nose and eat the ass.
Jesus Christ.
Good God.
Wow.
All
That's
right.
That's a great
Well.
way to end this. Have a
We
good night,
just
everybody.
Lost every.
See ya.
Yeah, there goes all of our viewership. So much for that $100,000 jump or 100,000 place point.
It's actually funnier if you hold your ears instead of your nose. Gotta pinch your ears while you.
Pinch your ears.
We were number 6 in a category. I don't remember what it was. I think it was Sean. So you mentioned like Sean Denon or some, I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone that you mentioned or Chris may have mentioned. And yeah, we're like number 6 in that category. It's weird. SEO,
I don't
baby.
care.
That's
I'll
how it
take
works.
Yeah. That's how you grow.
Night, everybody.
I mean, remember the movie The Photograph?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I titled the episode with the word Nickelback.